Hello students, today we are going to start our same chapter of business studies class 11th, and the name of the chapter is business services. This is part second of that chapter, and students, our today's topic is insurance service. So what do you understand by insurance service? Insurance is a contact between insurer and insured, in which insured pay a certain sum of money at a regular period, and the insurer provide the security to the insured person. For example, if LIC company is the insurer and RAM takes a insurance from LIC company, in this case the LIC company called insurer and RAM called insured, and RAM takes the policy for their life. So that is event. For this, RAM paid 5,000 rupees at every quarter. That is called premium. So in this, the important point is that the person who provide insurance, that is called insurer. The person who takes the insurance, that is called insured. The insured person pay a certain sum of money at a regular period, that is called premium. And the contact between insurer and insured is called insurance policy. And the reason of insurance is death of RAM, that is called happening of the event. So that is the insurance service. Here the important term is, first one is insurer. Insurer is the individual or firm known as insurance company which agrees to compensate the loss of insured. It means the person who provide the compensation is called insurer. The second important term is insured. Insured is a individual or firm who get compensation after the happening of the loss. Insured pays regular amount, that is called premium. Happening of event. If person takes insurance for their life, then the life is called happening of the event, or the death is called the happening of the event. If the person takes insurance for fire, so burning of house is called happening of the event. Next term is premium. It refers to an amount paid quarterly, half yearly, annually or monthly to the insurer, that is called premium. Principles of insurance. The first important principle of insurance is principle of utmost good faith. According to this principle, the insurer and insured must have good faith on each other. They must disclose all the facts to each other at the time of taking the policy. If the insured hides any material fact from the insurer, so on the happening of the event, the insurer deny for making the payment. For example, if a person taking life insurance by hiding the fact that the person is suffering from heart disease, it means that the person taking insurance and he hiding the fact that he is a heart patient, and later on the person dies from heart attack, then the insurance company can refuse to pay the compensation, because at the time of taking policy the insured person did not tell the truth about their heart disease to the insurer. That is against the principle of utmost good faith. Second one is principle of insurable interest. According to this principle, the insured must have an insurable interest in the subject matter. Without interest, if the person is taking insurance, that comes under the gambling and fraudulent activity. For example, a person can take insurance policy for his spouse. It means for her wife or for his husband. It means that the person can take insurance for their children, for their wife and for their husband, for their mother and father, not for the neighbors. So at the time of taking the insurance, the insurable interest is very important. In case of fire insurance, a person can take insurance for the company only when he is the owner of the company. If the person is an employee of the company, that time he cannot take insurance policy for the factory. So that is insurable interest. The next one is principle of indemnity. According to this principle, insurance is not making for the profit. The purpose of any insurance is to bring back the insured in the same financial position as he was before the loss. For example, a person insured his factory for 2 lakh against fire, and due to fire he suffered loss of only 1 lakh rupees. He takes the insurance for 2 lakh rupees, but he is suffering from 1 lakh loss. So that time the insurance company will compensate only 1 lakh rupees, not 2 lakh, because the purpose of insurance is to compensate for loss, not for earning profit. If he is suffering from only 1 lakh loss, that time company provide only 1 lakh, whatever the amount of compensation. So that is principle of indemnity, and is not applicable on the life insurance policy. It means that in the case of life insurance policy, the principle of indemnity is not applicable. Principle of contribution. According to this principle, if a person has taken more than one insurance policy for the same subject matter, then at the time of happening of event or at the time of loss, both the company mutually give the amount. Separately, any one company or not both the companies provide the amount for full payment. For understanding this concept, let's take an example. Here the example is that a person gets insurance for his house against fire for 1 lakh with insurance company A and 50,000 with insurance company B. But the person suffering loss of only rupees 75,000. Then what is the amount of compensation? For this we have to apply the formula sum assured with a particular insurer into actual loss upon by total sum insured. So compensation from A, the person takes compensation from A, that is 1 lakh, and the compensation of both the company together 1 lakh plus 50,000, the total of this, that is 1 lakh 50,000. So A's compensation, then the person takes insurance from company A, that is 1 lakh, and total of both the insurance, that is 1 lakh 50,000. The actual loss is 75,000. After solving this equation we get 50,000 rupees. Same as compensation from B, the person takes insurance from B insurer of rupees 50,000. Total of both the insurance, that is 1,50,000, and the actual loss is 75,000. Then we get the answer, that is 25,000. So at the happening of loss of 75,000, both company A and company B together pay 75,000. Company A pay 50,000 rupees and company B pay 25,000 rupees. And this principle is also not applicable on the life insurance policy. The next important principle is principle of subrogation. According to this principle, after paying the compensation, the insurer steps into the shoes of the insured. It means that when the insured is compensated for the loss or damage to the property insured by her or him, the right of the ownership such property passes on the insurer. In simple words, if any insurance company provide the compensation for the loss, that time the ownership transfer to the insurer. That time the owner is not insured. The destroyed property's owner is insurer. For example, if a person has taken fire insurance policy for his factory and due to fire he suffered a loss of rupees 1 lakh and he get the compensation of 1 lakh rupees from the company. Later on he find that the burnt material can be sold in 10,000 rupees. So that 10,000 transfer to the insurer because the insurer provide the compensation. So the damaged property's owner is insurer, not the insured. That is principle of subrogation. The next principle is principle of causa and proxima. According to this principle, the insurer company provide the compensation only when if the company is suffered loss for the same cause, not from the other cause. For example, in case of marine insurance, if the insurance policy for sending the wheat bag and on the way if rat spoil the wheat, then no compensation will be given. Because under marine insurance, the cause of loss should be sea perils or not the rat. If any happening on the ship, that is the main cause for the insurance. But if rat spoil the wheat, that is not the cause of the insurance. So in that case, the company not provide the compensation. But if the rat makes hole on the ship, that time ship destroyed. And with the help of the hole, the water damage to the wheat bag. In that case, the company get the compensation. So in this, there are two important factors. If rat directly spoil the wheat bag, that time the company not getting the compensation. But if the rat spoil to the ship and the water enters into the ship and damage to the wheat bag, that time the company get the compensation. That is principle of causa and proxima. The next principle is principle of mitigation of loss. According to this principle, the insured must take care of his property or subject matter of insurance in the same way as he would take care without the insurance policy. So, the insured should not become careless of his property after taking insurance. So students, if we are not taking any insurance, so we take care of our property. But after taking insurance, we are careless because we are getting the insurance. But if we are behaving like careless, that time the company deny to pay the compensation. So we are behaving like before like taking the insurance. For example, if a person has fire insurance policy for his house and when fire breaks out his, so he should take all the measures to stop the fire, minimize the loss rather than watching the fire because he will get compensation from the insurance company. If the person is not taking the exact step for making the company or removing the loss, so that time the insurance company denied to pay the compensation because the person becomes careless for this. So in the case of when the person becomes careless, that time the company can deny for the compensation. Here one case study is given that a husband took the life insurance policy of his wife. After 1 year, the couple got divorced and later on after 2 years the wife died. Will husband get compensation from the insurance company? If after divorce the husband continued their payment, so that time the on the happening of the event, it means at the time of the death of the wife, the husband will get compensation. But only when if he paid the premium after the divorce. But if he not paid the premium, that the husband will not get the compensation. Then the next term is insurance and assurance. What is the basic difference between insurance and assurance? Insurance and assurance, we think that both are the same term, but both are different terms. Both have different meanings. Assurance refers to in the context in which the sum assured is bound to be paid sooner or later. It means that in the case of assurance, the person get payment definitely as sooner as well as later. But in the case of insurance, the person get the compensation only happening of the event. Here, the difference between insurance and assurance is given that insurance, in context of insurance, the insured must suffer a damage or loss to claim the compensation. It means that in the case of insurance, the person get compensation only when he is suffering from loss. But in the case of assurance, the person can get the compensation when the happening is or loss will be happened or not. If loss will be happened, that time he get the payment. But if loss will not happen, that time also the person get the payment. For example of life insurance, if we are taking insurance for our life for 20 years, so in between 20 years, if the person dead, that time the family of the person takes the compensation. But if the person will not dead, that time after the maturity of 20 years, the person can get the compensation. That is the example of assurance, because at that time the compensation is fixed. Whatever the case, the happening is happened or not, the person is definitely get the payment. But when we say about fire insurance, so we are taking the insurance for fire. So if our house is burnt from fire, that time we get the compensation. But if our house is not burnt from the fire, that time we cannot get the compensation. So that is the example of insurance. The next difference is the term insurance is used when risk is uncertain. It means that in the case of insurance, the happening of the event is uncertain. Maybe fire occurred or maybe fire not occurred. So that is uncertain. It may happen or it may not happen. But in the case of assurance is used when risk is certain, because if we are taking the insurance for our life, so it is sure that we definitely dead one day. So that is certain. If any person born on the earth, that will be definitely dead one day. So that is certain. That is ultimate truth. So in case of assurance, the happening of the event is certain, but in the case of insurance, the happening of the event is uncertain. In insurance, the compensation is paid only on the happening of the event. In assurance, the compensation is paid whether the event happens or not. The example of insurance is fire insurance and marine insurance, and the example of assurance is life insurance. There are various types of insurance are. The first one is life insurance. The second one is fire insurance. The next one is marine insurance. And the last one is health insurance. We will discuss all type of insurance in our next video in detailed way.